Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the hopeful elect of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. Gotta give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. The Most High, the Heavenly Father, his Hebrew name is Yahweh, not Yahweh, not Jehovah, not God, not Elohim, not Most High, not Lord, not Yah, not Jah, not Ahaya, not Allah. It's Yahweh. And his only begotten son name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shai, not Yahshua, not Yeshua, not Jesus Christos, not Jesus Christ, not Serapis Christos, not Yeshua, not Yehoshua. It's Yahweh Shai. So gotta give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rekah Quadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all of Israel, really concepted or not. In the sense of salutation to all the Akim, pushing the truth and believing the truth throughout the four winds of the earth, the entire world, waking up the hopeful elect. And shalom to that walk through our listening learning, love you sisters who are listening learning. I'm Isaiah from Jim Macedonia Camp, coming into another lesson in truth, facts, faith, and edification. Another daily edification, Lord willing. This be edifying. So I titled this lesson, The Earth is Defiled, Sick, and Hurting because of the wicked rulers. So if these people, if these if these so-called people of the Lord that's in the land of Israel is the chosen people of the Lord, why is the earth in the worst condition ever, man? If these are the people of the Lord in the land of Israel, why is the earth, why is the earth in the worst conditions ever, man? Why? As prophecy say different, right? When you read Isaiah 2 and 1, right? Isaiah 2 and 1, verse 1 through 3, and actually it's in Micah 4, 1 through 3, that when the Israelites go back into the promised land, right? When the Messiah returns and the Israelites go back into the promised land, there shall be peace on earth, right? Peace. It says that there shall be no more war. When you realize that Ezekiel 38, no, Ezekiel 39 says that all the weapons of war will be burnt up, right? So if these guys, according to what they say, these people that's in the land of Israel, if they're supposed to be the the Lord's people, right? Why is there war? Why is there famines and pestilence, which goes on all around the world? It just hasn't hit North America, Babylon the Great yet. Why is there chemtrails and GMO foods, and why are we, so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians, being targeted? Why? If these are supposed to be the people of the Lord, why is the earth in the worst condition ever, man? Well, the reason why is these are not the peoples of the Lord. So we're going to start here in First Ezra chapter 4 and verse 36. It reads, all the earth crieth upon the truth. It's First Ezra 4 and 36. It reads, hey, shalom to the Akim and Atwaf on the coming board tuning in. Yahweh Shem Shah, Bahashem, Rekah Kodash, Barakatham. Barakatham for tuning in. This is First Ezra 4 and 36. It reads, all the earth crieth upon the truth. All the earth. Why? It tell you even the trees, man. Everything is out of course, man. Everything is out of whack. The earth is not yielding its full strength, right? Everything is out of whack, man. Why? Because of wicked rulership. You see, all the earth crieth upon the truth, and the heaven blesseth it. All works shake and tremble at it, and with it, it is no unrighteous thing. What? The truth. So, what's going on now? Truth has spring out of the earth, and now things is starting to turn right side up, right? First come the words of the Lord, right? Destruction coming, then truth. And we need the Heavenly Father Yahweh to send his son Yahushua back. Because the scriptures say the physician cutteth off a long disease, and he today that is king tomorrow shall die. Right? So it say, all the earth crieth upon the truth. Everybody wants truth, even the heathens. When you read Jeremiah 51, right? It said this devil, Babylon, have made all the nations, all the kings of the earth drink, right? The wine of his fornication. So everything is out of course, man. Everything is out of whack because of this devil. And that's one of the precepts I got up, Isaiah 14, which I'm going to start from verse 4, actually. Verse 5 and read down to like 19, I think it is. So this is cold, man. It's a first Ezra. This is first Ezra 4 and 36. All the earth crieth upon the truth, and the heavens blessed it. All the works shake and tremble at it, and with it is no unrighteous thing, meaning the truth. So it's gonna come a point of time when you read Deuteronomy 32 and 1, the Lord say his truth, verse 30, Deuteronomy 32 and 2, the Lord truth, he said he shall rain down his doctrine, right? Isaiah 44 say he would put his spirit upon the remnant of Israel, the seed of Jacob, the elect or the remnant, right? It say all the earth crieth upon the truth, and the heaven blessed it. All works shake and tremble at it, and with it is no unrighteous thing. To my truth, it say verse 37, wine is wicked, meaning the philosophers of this world. Everything, all the philosophies of Babylon the Great and around the world comes from who? Esau, Edom. It say wine is wicked, meaning the philosophies. When you go into that word rudiments Colossians, in Colossians 2 and 8, right? It talk about the rudiments through the tradition of men by the rudiments of the world. The rudiments is the foundations of this devil, the essentials. It said the principles. It said the first principles, the essentials, the foundations, right? The fundamentals that this devil set up. So it say wine is wicked, which is the philosophy of Esau, Edom. It said the king is wicked, right? Women are wicked. All the children of men are wicked, and such are all their wicked works, and there is no truth in them. Who? Talk about Esau, Edom, man. Three classifications of men, right? The sons of Yahweh, the sons of men, and the sons of the wicked, right? It say wine is wicked, which is the philosophies. That's why I tell you in Isaiah 24 and 5 that what it say? The earth is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because he transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant, right? So the philosophies of the world is wicked, man, because it comes from Esau Edom. Well, as it say, again, all the earth crieth upon the truth. The world, man, everybody, even the earth itself, man, the trees, the animals, everybody is longing for truth, man. Because wickedness have flourished throughout the four corners of the earth so long, man. Everything is corrupted, man. Everything is corrupted. The air, the people, right? The food, the water, everything is corrupted, man. Why? Because of who's in rulership, man. Again, first Ezra 4 and 36. All the earth cry upon the truth. It said the earth is crying for truth, man. That's how messed up Babylon the Great and the whole planet is, man, because of who's in rulership, man. All the earth crieth upon the truth, and the heaven blessed it. All the works shake and tremble at it, and with it is no unrighteous thing. Wine is wicked, the king is wicked, women are wicked, all the children of men are wicked, and such are all their and Salaka, and such are all their wicked works, and there is no truth in them. In unrighteousness also they shall perish. Just talking about the king. What is it? Ecclesiastes 10 and 1, right? Which we're going to read. It say, as for truth, it endureth and is always strong. It liveth and conquereth forevermore, man. And what the Lord did, he established his truth in the earth, man. Right? Let's get this. Hey, this is a cold precept, man. Because they tell you that everything is wicked, but truth, man, which the Lord had kept back for a time. But then he say he was going, hey, we was going to discontinue from our heritage, right? Because when Israel is on top, everything is in order, man. Through Yahweh Shema Shah. But long as we on the bottom, everything will be out of course, man, out of whack. As I tell you in Psalms 82, all the foundations of the earth are out of course, man. It say, gotta read this again. First Ezra 4:36. Cause this gotta sink in, man. What we dealing with. You got these guys talking about this, they talking about this guy, these guys did a 5-hour video on the Sabbath, man. On the new moon. Madness, man. Now I'm just watching some clips of just watching the beginning of Elder Manat Bar video. This guy talking about madness, man. Everybody is bugged out, man, because the earth truth has fell off here, man. But you got the Lord set us up with our spiritual fathers to give us this truth, man. It say First Ezra 4:36, all the earth crieth upon the truth, and the heaven blessed it. When you read Deuteronomy 32, the Lord say his doctrine shall rain down, right? And shall distill as the dew, man. It say all the works shake and tremble at it. All the works. And with it is no unrighteous thing. Wine is wicked. The king is wicked. Women are wicked. All the children of men are wicked. And such are all their wicked works. And there is no truth in them. In their unrighteousness also they shall perish. Verse 38. As for truth, it endureth and is always strong. It liveth and conquereth forevermore. Right? This is. And why is there no truth in the earth, man? Or let's say, why was there no truth in the earth? Because now it is. This is Isaiah 24 and verse 5. The earth also is defiled, the whole planet, man, under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. Therefore have the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore, the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. Who's going to be left at the end of this, man? At the end of Babylon the Great, at the end of destruction of Babylon the Great and certain parts of the earth, who's going to be left, man? Only the elect of Israel, man, the remnant, right? And then you're going to have these special elect of them ones that's going straight in slavery, man. The elites. They got to bring back that whole nation, all their nation in slavery, man, right? But it's talking about who's going to be left? Only the elect of Israel. So it say, this is verse this is second Ezra 6. The truth, man. This truth is destroying Babylon the Great. This truth is making everybody bug out. This truth got scoffing at an all-time high. This truth got people doing lessons that they got followers, many thousands and 15,000 subscribers, followers, and it's not edifying, man. They just following because it's the thing to do, man. But when things start to hit the fan, they're gonna scatter like roaches, man. This is 2 Ezra 6 and 27. For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish, corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which have been so long without fruit, shall be declared. And that's what we see going on. Psalms 85. The earth, man, the earth is defiled, sick, and hurting, man. And it need to be healed, man. And as long as these devils in rulership, there will be no healing in Babylon the Great, man. As the scriptures say, which you want to read, this place cannot be healed, man. This is Psalm 85 and 10. Mercy and truth are met together. Righteousness and peace have kissed each other. And this only applies to the hopeful elect, because 2/3 will never have peace. They will never come to see righteousness on this side. Not the 2/3 whomever they are, man. It say verse 11, truth shall spring out of the earth, and righteousness shall look down from heaven. This is Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 14. It reads, for the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, as the waters cover the sea. So now we seeing this truth is here, man. And we are living witnesses of Babylon the Great falling. And this devil, chemtrails everywhere, GMO food, and we are going to keep going over these things. The lesson I put up, and I use my backup channel, right? Because this guy was talking about how they destroying peoples, right, with systemic poisoning war and chemical warfare, right? Bio warfare with chemtrails, GMO foods, contaminated waters, right? On the backup channel, they gave me a strike on one of my backup channels talking about it was a misinformation. Whatever, man. Truth is truth, man. And this truth is flourishing throughout the four corners of the earth. And these devils is the reason why the earth is languishing, man. It said, for the earth shall be filled. This is Habakkuk 2 and 14. For the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, as the waters cover the sea, man. The Lord got this truth going out. Let's get this. This is Second Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 8. Now, if these supposed to be the people of the Lord in the land of Israel, why is the earth in the worst condition ever, man? Why do we have weapons of war? If these supposed to be the peoples in the land of Israel, why is there weapons of war? Why? Because prophets say different, man. The scripture tell you that all the weapons of war will be burnt up, man. If Yahweh Shah was on the earth reigning, if King David was there, if the four angels was at the four gates, like it tell you in Revelation 21, the earth would be in peace, man. It wouldn't be no war. It wouldn't be no abortion clinics. It wouldn't be no killing and robbing and raping and murdering. It wouldn't be none of that, man. So why is the earth in the worst condition ever, man? If these supposed to be the people of the Lord in the land of Israel, man. This is Second Thessalonians 2 and 8. And then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. So first and foremost, before the brightness of Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai coming, which is Yahweh Shai coming on the earth to destroy, why Salakia, before Yahweh Shai come, the truth got to go out and uh destroy these devils. What it says in Hebrew, not Hebrew, Hosea 6 and 5, he have hewed them by the prophets. So this word got to chop. This word got to chop. It got to cut. It got to dice. Right? What is Second Ezra 6? It say, the evil for evil shall be quenched through what? So these waters is quenching the fiery dots of the wicked. Right? That's what this water, this truth is doing, man. So first come the messenger of Yahweh Shema Shai, and then destruction, man. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 10 and verse 8 and verse 1. Because what I was reading in first Ezra 4 and 36, it say verse 38, it say wine is wicked, the king is wicked, right? Well, who's the king, man? The king is these devils, man. It's your Esau Edom, so-called Lucifer, as the plantation Christianity like to call it, right? Which is talking about the illuminated ones, the Luciferians. This is Ecclesiastes 10 and 1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. That's when righteousness is established in the earth. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers, And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. And what we got going on? Wickedness, man. Transformers everywhere, chemtrails and GMO food. Hey, they destroying us, they killing us through bio warfare, man. Okay? Systematic poisoning war, chemical warfare, bio warfare. These devils is killing us, man. And they killing their own people, man. It's an unwise king destroyeth his people. Now I read first Ezra 4. It said the king is wicked. Who's in rulership? The wicked. The wicked, man. An unwise king, Ecclesiastes 10 and 3. An unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. Going back into when you have the righteous in rulership, things are well ordered, man. It's the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set up over it one that is profitable, which goes directly into Deuteronomy, Daniel 4 and 17, right? This matter decree, right? He set up over it the basis of men. So let's read this again in First Ezra 4, because I built this lesson around this precept, man. First Ezra 4 and 37. Wine is wicked, the king is wicked. Women are wicked, all the children of men are wicked, and such are all their wicked works, and there is no truth in them. In their unrighteousness, also they shall perish, man. So, what we need Yahweh to send back Yahweh Shah, man. As the scriptures read, let's read it. Let's get this. Ecclesiastes 10 and 8. It say, because of unrighteous dealings, man. As it said in First Ezra 4, the king is wicked, man, and through his unrighteous wickedness, the earth is being destroyed, man. The earth is in the worst condition ever, man, ever. We eating GMO, lab-made foods, man. None of this food is real, man. Your chicken, none of it is real, man. It's a because of unrighteous dealings, which Yahweh Shema Shah said, we're gonna eat our food to follow them on the Gentiles, man. That's a part of the curses. Because of unrighteous dealings, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries and riches gotten by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. As it tell you was that in Deuteronomy, Salakia, and there was that Daniel 8 and 17. I think it is Daniel 7 and 18, one of the two, that it say that the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom, man. It say, why is earth and ashes proud? There is not more wicked than a covetous man, which is who? Esau Edom, man. It say, for such as one setteth his own soul to sale, because while he liveth, he casteth away his bowels, man. And it goes into that in Job the 20th chapter, right? Verse 10 say, the physician, which is Yahushua, cutteth off a long disease, and he that is today a king, tomorrow shall die. So this devil gotta go, man. This devil gotta go, man. This is Psalms 82. Listen, the reason I was reading First Ezra 4, it said, wine is wicked, the king is wicked, women are wicked, all the children of men are wicked, and all are such are their wicked works, man. Everything on the earth is wicked because of who's in control, man. Everything is out of order because of this devil, man. This is Psalms 82 and 1. It reads, power standeth in the congregation of the mighty, he judgeth among the gods. How long will you judge unjustly? This is Asaph. How long will you judge unjustly and accept the persons of the wicked? How long? And this we be crying. We crying to you how about Shema Shah. How long is these devils is just gonna run rampant in the earth, man? It say how long, which we can't question how about Shema Shah because this is a part of our punishment. This is a part of prophecy, man. It's a part of the curses. It gotta happen. But we still That is what the scriptures say. Those that sigh and cry for all the abomination that be done in the midst thereof, man. We ready to get out of here, man. Everything is wicked here, man. Our women out of order. Everything is out of order, man. Everything is out of order, man. It's a Psalm 82 and 2. How long will you judge unjustly and accept the persons of the wicked? And Yahweh Shema Shah never judge unjustly, man. It say, hey, they cannot do iniquity, man. Right? But this is just that emotion of how we feel because these devils get to do whatever they want to do, man. But like we know, the Lord got a special judgment for them. That's why there's a hedge around these devils, man. It's a how long will you judge unjustly and accept the persons of the wicked? Defend the poor and fatherless, do justice to the afflicted and needy, deliver the poor and needy, rid them out of the hand of the wicked. It said they know not, neither would they understand. It tell you Obadiah wanted the pride of their heart have deceived them. They don't have no understanding, right? Obadiah 1 and 7 say, all the men of that confederacy have brought thee to the border, right? They that were at peace with thee had deceived thee, right? There is no understanding in him. So they don't understand. They have these, the Lord gave them a carnal spirit, carnal mind. They don't understand nothing, man. Their lot is to be wicked. It say they know not, Psalm 82 and 5, they know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course. Why? Because of who's in rulership, man. Beautiful precept, brother. That was one of them I was holding. Let's read it. I'm not put up Psalms, put up Isaiah 29 and 16. Surely your turning of things, Esau Edom, turning of things upside down, shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. That's a beautiful precept. Because when you go to Ecclesiastes 33, which I want to read, it say Isaiah 29 and 16. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed at the potter's clay, which is Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shah. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he have no understanding? Now, when you go to, let's get this, Ecclesiastes 33, the why for that precept, because that was one I was holding. It's Ecclesiastes 33 and 10. It reads, and all men are from the ground, and Adam was created of earth. In much knowledge, the Lord have divided them and made their ways diverse. Some of them have he blessed and exalted, and some of them have he sanctified and set near himself, which are the Israelites. But some of them have he cursed and brought low. When you look into the word brought low, it goes back to Genesis 3 and 14 when the Lord say, on thy belly shall thou go, meaning be the basis of men, and dust shall thou eat all the days of thy life. Talking about Esau Edom. It said the same thing in Job 30, right? It say they are children of fools, ye are base men, which is to be on the bottom, to be brought low, they are violent in the earth. It said the same thing in Daniel 4 and 17, the basis of men, right? It say, but some of them have he cursed and brought low and turned out of their places. Here is the precept to Isaiah 29 and 16. This is Ecclesiastes 33 and 13. As the clay is in the potter's hand, which is Yahweh, Bashim Yahushua, to fashion it at his pleasure, so man is in the hand of him that made him to render to him as liking him best. Right? That's cold. Go right with Isaiah 29 and 16. Verse 14 reads, good is set against evil, and life against death. So is the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly. So look upon all the works of the Most High, and there are two and two, one against another. That's Esau and Jacob, man. Right? That's Esau and Jacob all day. One wicked and one righteous. So these devils that's in the land of Israel talking about they are the chosen peoples of the Lord. Well, why is the earth, as I was reading in Psalms 82 and 5 again, it reads, they know not, neither would they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course. Why? Because of the wicked rulers, man. Everything is out of order, man. And as I read in First Ezra 4, it said the earth cried for the truth. Let's get it again. Cold precept, man. Again, First Ezra 4 and 36, it reads, all the earth crieth upon the truth, right? And the heaven blessed it, all the work shake and tremble at it, and with it is no unrighteous thing. Wine is wicked, the king is wicked, women are wicked, all the children of men are wicked, and such are all their wicked works, and there is no truth in them. In their unrighteousness, also they shall perish. Right? This is Second Ezra, chapter 15 and 8. It reads, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things which they wickedly exercise themselves. And this talking about 2/3 of Israelites and heathens alike, man. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me through what? Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, through the truth, man. It say, and the souls of the just complain continually. Through what? Through the truth, man. Now, this is Micah chapter 2 and 1. It reads, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it. Why? Because it is in the power of their hands. What Job 9:24 say, the earth was given into the hand of the wicked. It say again, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it. Why? Because it is in the power of their hands. Right? Job 9:24 said the earth was given into the hand of the wicked, man. So again, if these be the people of the Lord in the land of Israel, why is the earth in the worst condition ever, man? When prophecies say there will be no more weapons, there will be no war, everything will be in order, everything will be righteousness. So who is these people in the land of Israel, man? This is Proverbs 4:16. It reads, for they sleep not, as I just read Micah 2 and 1, right? It say, woe to them that devise iniquity upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hands. Proverbs 4 and 16. They sleep not. They go to these G7 summits, all these council meetings, right? It say, Proverbs 4 and 16, for they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away. That's why I said Micah 2 and 1, they sit upon their beds, right? And their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. Hold on. What I just read in First Ezra 4 and 26, 4 and 36, it said wine is wicked. For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. What wine? Their philosophies. They establish laws. Isaiah 10, right? Woe to him that decree unrighteous decrees. Psalm 94 and 20, right? They frame mischief by laws. So going into the lesson yesterday, who are we dealing with? It's not Japhet. It's Esau Edom, man. This is Jeremiah 51 and 24. It reads, this is Jeremiah 51 and 24. It reads, and I will render unto Babylon and to all the inhabitants of Chaldea all the evil that they have done in Zion. Where's Zion? You so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. And this applies to the land, right? We're going to prove that. It say Jeremiah 51 and 24, and I will render unto Babylon and to all the inhabitants of Chaldea all the evil that they have done in Zion in your sight, saith the Lord. When you read Isaiah 1 and 7, it says your country is desolate, right? It is overthrown by strangers, right? And they are treading it down in our presence, right? Let's get that. Let's get that. Make the point. This is Isaiah 1 and 7. Your country is desolate. Your cities are burned with fire. Your land, strangers devour it in your presence. And it is desolate as overthrown by strangers. Why is it desolate? Because the Hebrew Israelites are not in it. Right? So it's a your land is desolate. It's a strangers devour it in your presence. So here in Jeremiah 51 and 24, it reads, and I will render unto Babylon and to all the inhabitants of Chaldea all that evil that they have done in Zion in your sight. So we seeing these devils do these things, man, in our land and scattered everywhere around the earth. Where you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians are scattered at, man. These devils is destroying you, man, destroying everything. It's a saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain. What's the destroying mountain? First and foremost, Babylon the Great. They say he will destroy Mount Seir and all of Idumea, right? So everywhere, just like where you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, you West Indians and Haitians are scattered at, you are known as Jerusalem. Where everywhere these devils control, they are known as Mount Seir, all of Idumea, right? It say, behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain, said the Lord Yahweh, which destroys all the earth. Is the Japhet people destroying the earth, man? Is the Chinese people destroying the earth? Is the Japanese people destroying the earth? Is the Arabs destroying the earth? Is Pakistan, the Iranians, these East Indians, whatever they call, the Elamites, is they destroying the earth? No, man. There's only one nation of people that's destroying the earth, man. It say, behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain, saith the Lord Yahweh, which destroys all the earth. And I will stretch out my hand upon thee, and roll thee down from the rocks, and it says Salaki, and will make thee a burnt mountain. That's Obadiah 1 and 18. The Lord say he's going to destroy them, right? By fire. So who is it which destroys all the earth? Who is destroying the earth, man? Who is? We need to know, man. Who's destroying the whole entire planet? Who controls your laws and your money, man? This is Revelation chapter 11 and 18. You got these jakes bugged out talking about Japheth. Japheth ain't nowhere in this picture, man. Hey, and every week and never fail, there's always some Jake coming up with some new doctrine. Now you got Jake doing a 5-hour breakdown on the Sabbath, man. When you Elder Yasha woman did it in 20 minutes, man. 30 minutes or less, man. And it's been done plenty of times in lesser time by the apostles and the elders, man. What are these guys talking about? Hey, you Jakes, man. You Jakes are going to cause a lot of people to get put to death, man. Because you want to be so super deep. You want to be deeper than the apostles. You don't got no experience. As Elder not the Zapball say, you wobbly deer legs, you baby nuts little niggas, man. You don't know nothing, man. You guys want to be so deep, but you learn from the apostles. You demon niggas, man. All you people that's following behind these guys, whomever they are, you know who they are. You're gonna be destroyed, man. At least you repent, man. It's a Revelation 11:18. Now you got a guy asking the Hebrew Israelites why about what the elder not the Zabba video. What is this guy talking about, man? Bugged out, man. Talking about well, if the Asians were put in slavery, it wouldn't be no Hebrew Israelites. What are you talking about? The Lord gave us the law, statutes, commandments to rule the earth in righteousness. What are you talking about? If the Asians had a win in slavery, it wouldn't be no Hebrew Israelites. What is this nigga talking about, man? You always got Jake trying to save everybody else, and they don't care nothing for their heritage, man. This is Revelation 11:18. And the nations were angry. Why are the nations angry? Why? Because we got a bully on the planet, and this nigga been walking around just taking what he want, man. What do bullies do? They walk around and take what they want. And now this nigga walking around with a sword in one hand and an axe in the other, man. Also like a sword in one hand and a rocket launcher or or a saw, the 200 round saw in the other hand and a sword in the other, man. The big bully just walking around, right? The jolly green giant, man. Just walking around this bully, man. And everybody tired of this devil, man. This devil done destroyed all countries. The earth has been, as the scriptures say, is languishing away because of the wicked inhabitants of it, man. The king, wine is wicked, which is their philosophies. The king is wicked. This nigga got all our women wicked, man. All of them, man. It ain't one of these women righteous, man. They all wicked, man. The king is wicked. The wine is wicked. The sons of men are wicked. Everything is unrighteous, man. It say all the nations were angry, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come in the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets. And the only way you can be a servant of Yahweh Shemashah, you have to be an Israelite, man. That's in Leviticus 25 and 55. The Lord say, the servants, my servants are the Hebrew Israelites. Go and read it. Leviticus 25 and 55. If you're not a Hebrew Israelite, you cannot be a servant. Vocab Malone. James White, Jesus is the Word, E.J. Love, G-Man. You can't be a servant of Yahweh Shema Shah if you're not an Israelite. And in the Israelites, there's only elect. There's a circle, man. It's a and that thou should give reward unto thy servants the prophets and to the saints, which are Hebrew Israelites. That's Psalm 50 and 5, that's Psalm 148, 13 and 14, is also in Psalm 149, 1 and 2. Go read it. Only way you can be a saint or a servant of the Lord, you have to be a Hebrew Israelite, man. It's a and them that fear thy name, and we know the only ones that fear the name of Yahweh Shema Shah is Great Millstone, I'm a one I bought. Men of Valor. This brother, what his name is, Yahweh Maccabees. There's only a small remnant that fear the name of Yahweh Shema Shah, man. Because everybody else is bugging out, man. Why? As the scripture said in our first Ezra 4, truth is because of truth, man. It say, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and should have destroyed them which destroying the earth. Who's destroying the earth, man? We need to understand who is this talking about. Because it's not Japheth. It's not Elam, Ishmael, Ammon, or Moab, nor Ham. It's Edom, man. This is Jeremiah 51 and 7. Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. How did Babylon make all the earth drunken, man? Obadiah 1 and 7 say, all the men of thy confederacy, right? When you go to Psalm 83, say the same thing as Obadiah 1 and 7 say. All the men of thy confederacy, right? So how did this devil make the whole world drink of his wine? Because of the policies, the legislations, the democracy, the philosophy, the draconian constitution, right? Their philosophies, man. Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The entire planet, all kings, all the earth drunken of this devil wine. The nations have drunken of her wine. Who? Babylon the Great. The UN sits in New York, man. All the nations is joining Babylon the Great, the harlot that sits on the scarlet colored beast. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. So when you go to Obadiah 1 and 7, this is why they're going to turn on this devil, man. Obadiah 1 and 7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were, this is a future prophecy, that were at peace with thee, meaning they are not going to be at peace with this devil. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. Don't the scripture say in Psalm and Revelation 20 that when he came out of the cave, that he shall go out to the sea, the four corners of the earth? That's how cold the Lord is, man. You devils came out with your Renaissance art, right? Your iconoclasm, your whitewashing to deceive the entire planet. Well, these same nations that's joined to you through the UN, right, through NATO and EU, they have deceived you, man. That's how cold the Lord is. And it's saying in Jeremiah 51, the Lord say, you will not know how these things, how you're going to be taken down because you was not aware of it, man. The Lord playing chess. He's been playing chess since the beginning, man. This ain't checkers. This chess, man. Strategic moves the Lord is making on you devils. And you still don't understand. And the scriptures coming out daily over and over. And you still can't sit down and listen to the lessons and still take heed to it. Why? Because it's not in your best interest to listen to what's going on. It's a day that eat thy bread. It's a again, the men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. Future prophecy. The Lord is using them to destroy you, and then they're gonna be destroyed, man. By Yahweh Shai and the angels, man. It say they that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. What did this devil do? You have to. This devil went across the world with the sword and made everybody adapt to the petrodollar. If not, you're gonna lose your life, just like Gaddafi, man, trying to come up with his own currency, right? Trying to get around these devils. This devil going around the world with the sword and just destroying everybody, man. Again, they that eat thy bread, everybody say they merchandise over here, man. Because this is Babylon the Great is the cash cow. It's the main port of the planet, man. It say they that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. And we know you don't have no understanding. We know it. That's why in Ecclesiastes 12 and 3, it said the keepers of the house tremble, man. The keepers of the house shall tremble, man. Right? And they are trembling. We just don't see them. But these devils is trembling, man. Because as we always say, I say this so much, they don't know when they're gonna be destroyed or how. They know their time is running out, man. Back to this. Jeremiah 51 and 7. This devil, everybody's hot with this devil. Everybody, man. Everybody, the entire planet, all the kings of these nations, the scriptures say they are all pissed off with this devil, man. Everybody hates a bully, man. Nobody like a bully, man. That's just common sense. It say Jeremiah 51 and 7, Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her. Take balm for her pain. If so be, she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her. Hey, don't try to be a nothing hill, man. The Lord saying, don't try to be a nothing hill. He say, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go, everyone into his own country. Don't try to be a nothing hill. You got these jakes talking about they're going to build, buying up land in Georgia and everywhere else, they whatever. The Lord say, forsake her, meaning don't try to be a nothing hill. Nothing. Don't try to be a nothing hill, man. This place is going down, man. Like Apostle Gabbar say, Apostle Rumlob always say, like a harlot draws on Saturday night. Babylon going down, man. Forsake her and let us go, everyone to his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up to the skies. So the nations is pissed off with this devil, man. And we see it in the news every day. Hey, that one brother measured out of time diligently. That Northern Kingdom brother be putting up. Hey, he stay going. He stay putting up lessons. You see him if you subscribe to his channel like I am. Hey, he stay going every time news with Israel, Iran, Russia, China, whoever. It's always popping off, man. The Lord steady moving these chess pieces every day, man. We see these devils is ready to move against Babylon. And the Lord got you in such a trick bag, you have no understanding why you're trying to defend Ukraine. You try these devils, listen, these devils is trying to defend Ukraine and Taiwan and trying to help Israel. Man, you trying to help Israel against Iran. You trying to help Ukraine against Russia. And you trying to help Taiwan against China. The Lord got you in such a trick bag. You have no understanding that you got missiles pointing on you from every which way, as old folks say. Every which way you got missiles pointing at your head, man. And Shalom to the Akman off from the coming board. Shalom, the for tuning in. Yabba Shema Washab, Bahashim Krakadas, Brakathum. Yabba Shema Washab, Bahashim Rikak Wadash, Brakathum. The for tuning in. This is Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 15, right? Because it said, I was just reading Jeremiah 51, he made all the nations drink this wine, man. Our people too comfortable in America. Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Yeah, there is. This is Habakkuk 2 and 15. It reads, because I was just reading, I try to let the last precept, I try to let every precept that I read is laying backing out the last precept. It's like it's Habakkuk 2 and 15. It said, woe unto him that give his neighbor drink. Who is his neighbors? All these nations that joined to him through the UN, man. So that's why I said Obadiah 1 and 7, they have deceived him. All the nations, it said everyone that's joined to him through this confederacy, they have deceived him, man. It's Habakkuk 2 and 15. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and maketh him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness. So, like I said, the same way this devil came out of the caves and deceived the entire planet with Renaissance art, right? Iconoclasm and whitewashing, right? The Lord got these nations deceiving these devils over here in Babylon the Great, man. You have been deceived too, and they don't have no understanding. The Lord said you will not understand what's going on. It say, woe unto them that give their neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, which is all these nations that's joined to him, right? And maketh him drunk also, that thou mayest look up, that thou mayest look on their nakedness. When you read Jeremiah with that 49, the Lord said he made Esau bare, right? He should not be able to hide himself, right? So the same way right here, when it said how this devil, it said that thou mayest look on their nakedness. So you got your neighbors drunk. Now you're looking at their nakedness, right? You expose them devils. Well, the Lord is exposing you through what? Through this truth. This truth is exposing these devils, man. It say, thou art filled with shameful glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. Hold on. Let's get that. Jeremiah 49 and 10. And that's why we see now the Lord done snatched the skirt off this devil. And this devil got on this this devil had on a tutu with G strings on, man, with high heels. And one of the heels broke off, man. This Jeremiah 49 and 10. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places. You see? So in Isaiah 47 and 1, when it said, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon, there is no throne for thee, right? It said, uncover the locks, right? Make bare the leg, right? So the Lord say, but I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places. Everything that these devils were doing in secret, we now know what they do. It's in the opening. We know how you get down. We know how you built Babylon the Great, off rape, rob, murder, pillage, and plundering, off the blood, sweat, and tears of so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. And you do everything through bio warfare. Everything is done through bio warfare, man. Right? Everything is done through bio warfare, man. It say, but I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. Right? You can't hide no more, man. Everything is out. This is verse 12. For thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have surely drunken, and art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink it, man. So everything this devil done pushed throughout the four corners of the earth, the Lord is shoving it down their throat now, man. That's why I tell you, he shall vomit up everything in Job 20, man. The Lord, everything is this how cold the Lord is, man. Everything these devils have done to all the other heathen nations, the Lord is shoving it down their throats now, man. Now, these devils, the article just said yesterday, in 39 years, inflation is at 7% right now. Why wasn't that 8% or 6 or 5? Did you catch that? It's at 7%. It may be some, it may be nothing, could be something. But for it to be yesterday, 7% in 39 years, that's completion. It's all hell from here. It's finna blow up, skyrocket, man. 7 is completion, man. It could have said in 39 years, inflation is at 6% or 8%. It said 7, man. You can't make this up, man. This is prophecy unfolding, and we get to sit here and watch it, man. This is back in Habakkuk 2, right? Because these devils got to drink, man. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and that maketh him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness. Thou art filled with shameful glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. To just read in Jeremiah 49, 10 through 12. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee. Right? And you can read that in Psalms, what is that? 75, right? Starting at verse 8, man. It say, the cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shame for spewing shall be on thy glory. Let's get that real quick. Psalm 75. And when you go to Jeremiah 25, starting at verse 14, it tell you how all the nations are going to drink of this cup. Why? Because they follow behind Esau Edom, right? Which they have no choice, because the Lord put a spirit on them to do so. It tell you in Revelation 17, right? In 17, he said he made them give their kingdom to the beast until the words of the Lord shall be fulfilled, right? This Psalm 75 and 8. For in the hand of the Lord, listen, show you how cold these precepts go hand in hand, man. Psalm 75 and 8. For in the hand of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah, there is a cup, and the wine is red. It is full of mixture, and he poureth out of the same. But the dregs thereof, all the wicked of the earth shall wring them out and drink them. Who is the wicked? Let's go back to it again. So Habakkuk 2 and 16 reads, thou art filled with shameful glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shame for spewing shall be on thy glory. I just read that in Psalm 75, right? This is cold. This is verse 17. It's a Habakkuk 2 and 17. For the violence of Lebanon shall cover thee. What violence? What did they do? They took the land. When they take it, first starting with these devils in 70 AD, right? It say for the violence of Lebanon, it say for the violence of Lebanon shall cover thee, and the spoil of beasts which made them afraid. Hold on, I want to get this first. It said for the violence of Lebanon shall cover thee. When you go to Isaiah 26 and 10, let's deal with this real quick. It said, for the violence of Lebanon shall cover thee. What does it say? Isaiah 26 and 10. Let favor be showed to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness, where's uprightness? In Jerusalem, Israel, Lebanon, right? It said, for in the land of righteousness, yet it say, let favor be showed to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly, and will not behold the majesty of the Lord. Let's go back to Habakkuk 2. Again, it say, For the violence of Lebanon shall cover thee, and the spoil of beasts. These devils go and kill the white rhino, the Bengal tigers, all these different animals that's extinct. Why are they extinct? Because of this devil. It's a and the spoil of beasts, which made them afraid because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land. What land? Of the city and all that dwell therein. Israel. In the four corners of the earth, where these devils is in control, man. It say, what profited the graven image that the maker thereof have graven it? Who? Cesare Borgia, Caesar Borgia, these devils set up. Habakkuk 2:18. What profited the graven image that the maker thereof have graven it? The molten image and a teacher of lies. Where everybody love Jesus Christos, right? Santa Maria, the Mother Mary worship. It's a teacher of lies that the maker of his work trusted therein to make dumb idols. Everybody love Jesus Christos, man. Why? Because of this devil, man. Verse 19 reads, woe unto him that saith to the wood, awake. Everybody, the cross, Jesus Christos. It's a woe unto him that saith to the wood, awake, to the dumb stone, arise. It shall teach. Behold, it is laid over with gold and silver, and there is no breath at all in the midst of it. But the Lord Yahweh is in his holy temple, which are who? The elect men of Israel, the hopefully elect, the tabernacle of David. It say, but the Lord Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, is in his holy temple. First Peter 3, 16 and 17 tell you that we are the Lord's temple, right? First Peter 2 and 5 say, ye also as lively stones are built up a spiritual house, right? The Lord is here. And whomever the Lord is in, the breaches have been closed, and you can't deceive them no more with plantation Christianity, man. It's a wrap. Vocab Malone. It said, but the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, is in his holy temple. Let all the earth keep silent before him. And they will. He says he's going to make his judgment known among the heathen. This is let's get this. Jeremiah 51 and 11. Right? All these nations is pissed off with Esau, Edom, and the Lord is about to bring this wrath, man. The earth is destroyed, man. And everybody is tired of this devil, man. Everybody tired of this devil, man. The trees, the animals, the people, right? The earth itself is out of course, man. Everything is off, man. The vibration of the earth is off. But as it says Psalm 124, it's Psalm 124 and 1. If it had not been the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, we would have been destroyed, man. Because this devil is working overtime to kill you, Jake. Extermination of the Hebrew Israelite race, these devils is trying to do 24/7, man. It's about the truth, man. It say Jeremiah 51:11, make bright the arrows, gather the shields. The Lord have raised up the spirit of the king of the Medes. Who? That Bear, Russia. It said, for his device is against Babylon to destroy it, because it is the vengeance of the Lord Yahweh, the vengeance of his temple. You done put your hands on an apple of the Lord's eye, which is his chosen men, whomever they are, man. It's the vengeance of his temple, man. The Lord is pissed off with you devils, man. This is Jeremiah 51 and 27. It reads, set up a standard in the land, blow the trumpet among the nations, prepare the nations against her, call together against her the kingdoms of Ararat. Ararat is Turkey. It's a many and Ashkenaz. Appoint a captain against her. Who is the captain? It's a cause the horses, meaning power, right? It's a cause the horses to come up as a Salakia, cause the horses to come up as the rough caterpillar. What does rough caterpillars do? They destroy, man, the crops. They destroy the crops. It's a Cause the horses to come up as the rough caterpillars. Who are the horses? It's talking about those intercontinental ballistic missiles that's coming with power. Rough caterpillars destroy all the crops, man. Everything. So if it's saying call the horses to come up as the rough caterpillars, it's talking about the power of those warheads, man, that's going to come out of those intercontinental ballistic missiles, man. To do what? To destroy and devour at once, man. It's a prepare against her, the nations with prepare against her, the nations with the king of the Medes. That's Ezekiel 38, right? It said Russia shall be a guard to all these other nations. And why is all these nations is going to join to Russia? Because they sick of this Babylon the Great bully, man. That's why. They sick of this so-called jolly green giant walking about with a sword, devouring whomever he will, as it says in 1 Peter 5 and 8, man. Prepare against her the nations with the king of the Medes, the captains thereof, and all the rulers thereof, and all the land of his dominion. And the land shall tremble and sorrow, for every purpose of the Lord Yahweh shall be performed against Babylon to make the land of Babylon a desolation without inhabitant. Right? Now, yeah, a couple more precepts, right? I want to deal with this. When you go to Isaiah 14, this is important. This is important, man. Because Isaiah 14, when the word Lucifer, it's not talking about the spiritual demon Satan, man. It's not. And we're going to prove it. As it had already been proved many times over with the apostles and the elders, man. But repetition is the father's skill, as Apostle Kabal say, we must constantly go over these things. This is Isaiah 14 and 4. Listen to this. Now, Isaiah 14, 1 through 3, it's talking about how the Lord is going to have mercy on Jacob and yet choose Israel, right? And he's going to bring us out of the land where we was led captive, right? And we was going to put our captives, we was going to put them in captivity, right? Well, verse 4 says this, 1 through 3, talking about how the Lord going to save Israel, right? And bring them out of the land of captivity, and we're going to put our captives in captivity. Verse 4 say that thou, it say, verse 4, Isaiah 14 and 4, that thou should take up this proverb against the king of Babylon. We're going to prove when we get down to Isaiah 14 and 12, the word Lucifer, it's talking about the king of Babylon. Who is the king of Babylon? It's talking about Esau, Edom, man. That thou should take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how have the oppressor ceased, the golden city ceased? It tells you in Jeremiah 51 and 7 said, Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand. So that thou should take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, it's not talking about Lucifer, and say, how have the oppressor ceased, the golden city ceased? It said, the Lord have broken the staff for the wicked and the scepter of the rulers, right? The Lord did this. It say, he who smote the people in wrath, which is Esau, Edom, there's like back in Jeremiah 51 and 7, how all the nations is pissed off with the devil. Habakkuk 2, right? 15 and 16, you to make all the earth drunk. You make all these other kings, these rulers of the nations, you make them drunk with your philosophies, your policies, your legislations, your democracy, your philosophies, right? It say he who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. This devil cannot have enough. It say he cannot have enough. It say he that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted, and none hindereth. Meaning he is already taken down. So the whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Why? Because the king of Babylon is destroyed, man. This is a future prophecy of these devils being destroyed, annihilated, man, laid desolate, right? It's the earth, the whole earth is at rest. What I read in first Ezra 4 and 36, all this lesson is coming from our first Ezra 4 and 36, man. When it say wine is wicked, the king is wicked, it said the earth crieth
The earth crieth unto truth, man. Right? The whole earth is mourning because of the wicked rulers, man. It say Isaiah 14:7, the whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Who? The Israelites and the other heathen nations. Everybody's gonna rejoice when you devils is gone, man. It say verse 8, yeah, the fir trees rejoice at thee. Why? Because you won't chop them down. And the cedars of Lebanon, you won't chop them down neither. You won't chop down no more trees. That's a law on certain trees to chop down. There's a law on certain trees you don't supposed to cut them down, man. This is about oxygen, man. The earth, when you go out the door, it only depending on where you stay at. If you go out the door and you be out there longer than 5 minutes and you go back into your place, you smell like it's a smell be on you from outside. Why? That's because of lack of trees, oxygen, man, pollution. Okay? Foul stench, man. Because this devil is in rulership. It say, yeah, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no feller. You look at the word feller, it means those that are the axemen that cut down trees. No feller is come up against us. It's a hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. What coming? Slavery. It say it stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It have raised up from their thrones the kings of the nations. These same kings in Jeremiah 51, in Habakkuk, Jeremiah 51, 7 through 9, in Habakkuk chapter 2, 15 and 16, that you made them drunk of your philosophies. Right? So it said these kings, it say, even all the chief ones of the earth, it have raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. And they're going to follow who? That Baal. Right? When you're reading on what's that? Isaiah 19. Let's get that real quick. I'm gonna come back to this. I mean Isaiah 14 and 8. Let's get Isaiah 19, right? When you go to Isaiah 19, it says this. It's talking about you, man. It's Isaiah 19 and verse uh 4. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shab host. Who is this fierce king? This cruel Lord? It's talking about Putin, man. Okay? So back in Isaiah 14 and 8, it reads, yeah, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down. Says who laid down? Isaiah 14 and 4 said the king of Babylon, right? We're still dealing with the king of Babylon being laid down. It say, since thou art laid down, no fellow has come up against us. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee. Even all the chief ones of the earth, it have raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. That's joined to you right now through the UN that's beginning to separate. Verse 10. All they, who? The kings of the nations, all they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Joel 3, right? Call all the mighty ones, beat their plowshares and the swords, and their prudent hooks and the spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. So now, these are all the nations telling Esau, Babylon the Great, art thou, it say, all they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Isaiah 14 and 4, talking about the king of Babylon. We're going to prove that Lucifer talking about the king of Babylon, which is who? Esau Edom. Verse 10, verse 11, thy pomp is brought down to the grave, meaning what? Their pride, their power, their rulership, their kingship. Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, meaning to what? Now you about to go into slavery. Now you got to go into captivity. And the noise of thy vows, the worm is spread under thee, right? And the worms covered thee. What happened to Antiochus? What happened to Antiochus Epiphanes? Worms start coming out of his body. If you read the story, what happened to Herod? His flesh was falling off him too. Worms was coming out of him too, man. Right? It say the worms is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. That is total corruption, corrosion, being annihilated, being consumed. Right? Maggots have covered your body. Now here go verse 12. Let's get this in the blue letter before I read it further. But we're going to show you in Isaiah 14 and 4, it said, take up this proverb against the king of Babylon. This is in the same chapter. So when you get down to verse 12, it's not talking about Lucifer. It's talking about the illuminated ones, the Luciferians, right? The ones who control the planet, who faces on your money, who make your laws. It's the same thing. This is Isaiah 14 and 12. It's getting the blue letter. It reads, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations? How you became low? They said it, I thou become weak as wheat. When you read this chapter, it's talking about the king of Babylon. Now, right here, I'm finna look up the word Lucifer, right? Here's the word for Lucifer. So you can understand, this is not talking about the spiritual demon Satan. Check this out.
Strong's H 1966. Haleo. Haleo.
Now I say Lucifer, light bearer, shining one, morning star Lucifer. Listen, of the king of Babylon and Satan. It's talking about the king of Babylon. This is not talking about the spirit demon Satan. And Satan just means adversary. Anyway, it's a describing the king of Babylon, right? Now, I want to deal with this because this is most important of my lesson. This is the most important of this lesson, who we dealing with, who controls the planet, right? Now, when you go to right here, it said, how thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning, which did weaken the nations, right? It's talking about the king of Babylon when you start at Isaiah 14 and 4, right? It said Lucifer, it's talking about describing the king of Babylon, which is who's ever in rulership at this time, which is Esau, Edom, right? When you go to Second Corinthians, and we have to use the blue letter for this. This is Second Corinthians 11 and 13. Listen to this. Salakia. This is Second Corinthians 11 and 13. Listen carefully, because it's still talking about Isaiah 14 and 12, Lucifer. This is Second Corinthians 11 and 13. It reads, for such are false apostles, deceitful workers, transforming themselves into the apostles of Christ. We're going to read it verbatim, right? For such are false apostles, deceitful workers, transforming themselves into the apostles of Christ. And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. How have Satan transformed himself into an angel of light? Verse 13 say, for such are false apostles. What does apostles mean? To be sent out. Who is being sent out from the Illuminati? Okay, Malone, James White, Jesus the Word, E.J. Love. You either got G-Man, Pastor Bryant. All these guys that took the 501c3 tax exempt, they are what? For such are false apostles, deceitful workers, transforming themselves into the apostles of Christ, right? They all took the 501c3 charter by who? The king of Babylon. Who controls religion? I will sit on the congregation the sides of the north. Who? The king of Babylon. Listen, and no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light, right? Verse 15, therefore, it is no great thing if his ministers, whose ministers? The king of Babylon's ministers, right? Also be transformed as the ministers of righteousness. Who is this? Vocab Malone, James White, Jesus the Word, E.J. Love, all these guys, and everybody that got the 501c3, and all your local pastors that's under the 501c3. This devil has transformed himself into an angel of light, and all he got pushing behind him are false apostles. Listen, therefore, it is no great thing if his ministers also be transformed as the ministers of righteousness, whose end shall be according to their works. Let's look at this word light right here. It say, verse 14, and no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. Let's deal with this. This is the word light. I'm finna show you something.
Strong's G 5457. Phos. Phos.
It say phos, right? Light, the light, it's emitted by a lamp, right? It's a star, right? The morning star, like it said, and remember in Isaiah 14 and 12, it's a lamp or torch, light, brightness, right? It's you got different ones that say of truth and its knowledge, together with the spiritual purity associated with it. It's that which is exposed to the view of all open publicity. The power of understanding, especially moral and spiritual truth. There's a separation here because you got two lights, right? As the apostles always say, right? We are the real illuminated ones of the earth, right? Now, this word G5457 say pulse. He said phos, Phos. Remember this because this is important. It's a strong definition. You got light, fire. It's a to shine or make manifest, right? It's a especially by rays. It's a uh luminousness, right? It's a natural or artificial, abstract or concrete, literal or figurative fire, light. Remember this word G5457, false. Let's play it again so we remember.
Strong's G 5457. Phos. Phos.
False, right? Let me show you something. When you go to, let me show you something. I want to use StreamYard, but my I done used up almost all my hours for the month. So when you go to Hebrews, right? When you go to Hebrews 10, I did this a while ago, like a couple years ago. When you go to Hebrews 10 and 32, listen to this. Let me show you something, man. It's Hebrews 10 and 30, Hebrews 10 and 32. It reads, but call to remembrance the former days. This is the Lord talking to you, Hebrew Israelites. But call to remembrance the former days in which, after ye were illuminated, remember the word illuminated, ye endure a great fight of affliction. Now we're going to look at this word illuminated. Watch this. Now remember the word false in 2 Corinthians 11 when it says Satan had transformed himself into an angel of light. Watch this. Because the apostles always said the real illuminated ones are you Hebrew Israelites, man. Now this is the word illuminated in Hebrews 10 and 32. Watch this.
Strong's G 5461. Photizo. Photizo.
Right? It's to give light, to shine, to enlighten, light up, illumine. Right? It's illumine, to bring to light, render evident, to cause something to exist and thus come to light, become clear to all, which is what? The truth. It said to enlighten spiritually. It says spiritually imbue with saving knowledge, with saving knowledge to save your soul. This truth, right? It say to instruct, to inform, teach, to give understanding to. Listen, strong definition. It's got the Strong's G5461. Brighten to light, bring to Salakia, bring to light, lighten, enlighten, light, illuminate, make to see. To see what? The truth. Did the Lord say he is a lamp to our feet, man? Right? So when you read Hebrews 10:32, strong definition say, same thing it was saying, to shed rays, i.e. to shine, brighten up, right? Enlighten, illuminate, bring to give, light, make to see. Right? Now hold on. When you go to Let me get this. This is G. Now look, when you click on, I click on this word. I click on this word G5457, which is the same word. They change it up a little. It changes up a little bit from physique. Let's play it back. Salakia. Let's play it back. Here's the word
Strong's G 5461. Fortizo.
fatizo.
Fortizo.
Right? Now, when you go to root word etymology, it's a click G5457, which I did, and it's the same word in 2 Corinthians 11 and 14. Listen.
Strong's G 5457. Fos. Fos.
You see that? You see that? Luminous. Luminous, right? To shine or make manifest. So they say that Satan, the king of Babylon, transformed himself into an angel of light. And that's why they have these theological seminaries, right? Now, when you get this in Baruch, it said the same thing, man. Showing you in Revelation 14, which I had to go back to, I'm going to close there. I had to go through this to show you what it's talking about when it say Lucifer. All right, the light bearer. It's talking about the Illuminati, man, the illuminated ones who call themselves right the all-seeing eye, right? Which is what it goes back to Colossians 2:8. Be well as any man spoiled through philosophy, right? And vain deceits after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world. That word rudiments goes into the fundamentals, the principles, right? It said the first principles, the fundamentals, the uh the uh the foundations of Babylon the Great, and whoever sets the order here, man, who make the laws, who make the money, who make policy, the king of Babylon, man, right? Now here is Baruch 4 and 2, because this is the precept to Hebrews 10 and 32. It reads, turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. Take hold of what? Of what? It say, walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated. You see that? What did the Lord say in Matthew 5? Let's get that. Because to understand these precepts, man, you got to understand what's going on with these words, man. This is Matthew 5, which we bring out a lot. This is Matthew 5 in verse 14. Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Right? The Lord said, you Hebrew Israelites, so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians are the light of the world. So, back in Baruch 4 and 2, it reads, turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it, walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated. Right? Who is the illuminated ones, man? Let's look this word up in Google. Let's look this up. Watch this.
Illuminated.
Lit with bright light, right? It don't even got. That's all it's giving us. It ain't even get. It don't even got similar words here. It's an adjective. It's a lit with bright lights, a large illuminated sign. And what does it say in Isaiah 13? It say, lift you up a banner upon the high mountain. What's the banner? This truth, the sign, man. Right? Proclaim ye captive, proclaim ye liberty to the captives, man. Right? So going back again, Baruch 4 and 2, turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. What? Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated. Because we are the real Illuminati, man. Them that's teaching this truth and this sound doctrine and diligence in all sincereness. Now again, Hebrews 10 and 32, but call to remembrance the former days in which is it, listen, it said, but call to remembrance the former days, which I read in Baruch 4, right? In which after ye were illuminated, ye endured a great fight of affliction. So we're going to go back and close at Isaiah 14. Isaiah 14 and 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations? Meaning his kingdom is fallen, it has failed. For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into the heavens, I will exalt my throne above the stars of God, I will sit upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the cloud, I will be like the most high. He told Eve that. I did a lesson the other day. He told Eve, the Lord know, as soon as you eat this, you will know you will be like God, knowing good and evil, right? I will ascend above the heights of the cloud, I will be like the most high. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. Now this is where the Lord kicked in at and said, what? Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit, meaning slavery. It say, they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man? Right? Starting at Isaiah 14 and 4, the king of Babylon, all the way down to Isaiah 14 and 12, it's not talking about Lucifer, it's talking about men that they may, it say they that see thee shall now look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man? Is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened out the house of his prisoners and the kings of the nations? It say all the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, everyone in his own house. Because the Taylor said they're going to flee and go to their own lands, right? Look at this, verse 19. It say, let's read 18 again. All the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, everyone in his own house. When the kingdom of heaven is established on earth and Yahweh Shai is reigning, there's only one nation that's going to be done away with, right? It say, all the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, everyone in his own house. They're gonna be able to go back into their lands. After that 1,000 years of captivity, the other nations gonna be able to go back into their lands. They will have to pay us tributaries forever, right? Bring us the best of the best they got, but they're gonna be able to go back into their lands. Listen to what it said by Esau Edom, king of Babylon. But thou, again, Isaiah 14:18, all the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, everyone in his own house. But thou art cut, Salakia, but thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch. So as it said in 18, all the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, everyone in his own house. But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the remnant, and as the raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with the sword, that go down to the stones of the pit, as a carcass trod on the feet. So you ain't gonna have no, you ain't gonna be comfortable. You ain't gonna be able to go back into your own land, which is Mount Seir, right? You ain't gonna be able to go back to that. Because they tell you in Amos 9, it said that the Israelites gonna possess Mount Seir when you read Amos 9, right? Right, let's read it. So it's saying you're going to get cast out of your grave like an abominable branch, meaning you're going to be destroyed. But the other 16 heathen nations are going to be able to go back into their lands. Let's get this. Man, I lost my train of thought. What else am I going to get? Let me read this again. I lost my train of thought just that quick. Isaiah 14 and 19. Yeah, it say, but thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with the sword, that go down to the stones of the pit, as the carcass trodden on the feet. So I lost my train of thought, man. So it said all the kings of the nations is going to be able to go back into their own land, right? It said all the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, everyone in his own house, but thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch. So I forgot what precept I was going to get to close this out about him being cast out of his grave like an abominable branch. It said, as the raiment of those that are slain thrust through with the sword, that go down to the stones of the pit, and as carcass trod on the feet. So I forgot what precept I'm gonna get, but you ain't gonna be comfortable. You ain't gonna have no rest. Your lot is to be destroyed, right? Man, I forgot what precept I was gonna get. The other heathens is gonna be able to go back into their lands. right? And they're gonna be able to go back to their lands, but they're gonna bring us tributaries forever, right? All the best of the best. But you, King of Babylon, right? Oh, that's the water. Kala Wahawala Yahabashimabashah. The water Yahabashimabashah. Amos, to prove the point that Mount Seir is going to be a possession to the Israelites. So that means Esau, Edom ain't going to have no dwelling place. Because Obadiah 118 said they're going to be destroyed. Amos 9 and 12, it say that they may possess the remnant of Edom and all the heathen, right? Which are called by my name, said the Lord Yahweh that doeth this, right? So it say that they may possess the remnant of Edom and all of the heathen. Oh, what it say? And Mount Seir shall be a possession. Where's that at? Let me get it real quick. Salakia. Let me read this real quick just to make the point. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's Numbers. That's Numbers 24, right? It say this is Numbers 24. It say Number 24 and 18. And Edom shall be a possession, which I just read, right? In Amos 9, it said they shall possess the remnant of Edom, which is the chief elites of these Edomites, these Job 9:24s. It say, and Edom shall be a possession. Seir also shall be a possession for his enemies, and Israel shall do valiantly. You see? So in Isaiah 14, it say, but thou shall be cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, because there will be no place for these devils to rest. Because after that 1,000 years of captivity, they go into the fire, man. But the other heathen, 16 heathen nations, they're gonna be able to go back into their lands, man. You see? Hey, so showing you, man, the earth is out of course because of the wicked rulership, man. Oh, let's get this. I'm gonna get two more precepts and I'm gonna get on out of here. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 10 and 14. It reads, the Lord have cast down the thrones of the proud princes and set up the meek in their stead. And at first, this happened to us, man. Because we had it would tell you when in Deuteronomy 32 that Jeshurun one rat fat and kicked. Right, we got proud. The Lord said he filled it with the best, and then we got proud, man. Right? So he cast us down, right? He said the Lord have plucked up the roots. This is Ecclesiasticus 10 and 14. The Lord have cast down the thrones of proud princes, which was us first, but now it's happening to Esau Edom, and set up the meek in their stead. The Lord have plucked up the roots of the proud nations and planted the lowly in their place. You see, we going back into rulership. The Lord overthrew countries of the heathen and destroyed them to the foundations of the earth. You see, all 17 heathen nations going back up under you Hebrew Israelites, man. Verse 17, he took some of them away. Now, here shows you another precept to prove to you that the heathens, the 16 heathen nations going back into their lands, but Esau going to be done away with. It said he took some of them away and destroyed them and have made their memory to cease from the earth. So you see, let's read again. Ecclesiastes 10 and 16, the Lord overthrew countries of the heathen. That's all 17 heathen nations, right? And destroyed them to the foundations of the earth. I mean, you're going to go back to the basis. Everybody going to go back on being low, right? He took some of them away and destroyed them and have made their memory to cease from the earth. The only nation memory that's going to cease from the earth is Esau Edom's, man, right? This is last precept, Job 24 and 23. It reads, it said, though it be given him to be in safety, right? Was that Job 21 and 13? It say, they houses are safe from fear. They spend their days in wealth and in a moment go down to the grave, right? Job 24 and 23, though it be given him to be in safety, whereon he resteth, yet his eyes are upon their ways. Whose eyes? Yahweh Shema Shah. They are exalted for a little while. It said they are exalted for a little while, but are gone and brought low. See, they go brought low again, like I said in Ecclesiastes 33 and 13, right? They are brought low, meaning what? The basis of men. But the Lord said in Genesis 3 and 14, on thy belly shall thou go, meaning the bases of men, right? It say they are exalted for a little while, but are gone and brought low, back to the bases of men. They are taken out of the way as all other what? All other kingdoms, all other rulerships, Babylon, Medo-Persian Empire, the Greeks, the Romans, Babylon the Great. All they say they are exalted for a little while, but are gone and brought low. They are taken out of the way as all other and cut off as the tops of the ears of corn. It say, verse 25, if it be not so, who will make me a liar? Yeah, who gonna make Yahweh Shema Bashar a liar that he's gonna do away with Esau Edom? Vocab Malone. And if it be not so, who will make me a liar and make my speech nothing worth? Come on, man. Who's gonna make the Lord a liar, man? Nobody, man. If we perform it, he said, what? The Lord is not a man that he should lie, neither the son of man that he should repent, man. Right? Let's close with that. These devils got to go, man. The earth is defiled, man. This is our number 23 and 19. Power is not a man that he should lie, neither the son of man that he should repent. Have he said, and shall he not do it? Or have he spoken, and shall he not make it good? These devils got to go, man. He said he will destroy him who's destroying the earth, man. Lord was edifying. Got to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rikah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all Israel, ready concepted or not. In a sincere salutation to all the Akim, pushing this truth and believing this truth, throughout the four winds of the earth, the entire world, waking up the whole for the elect. And shalom to thy walk who are listening, learning. The few sisters who are listening, learning. Lord, will is edifying. Till next time I say shalom. Wa abab abab. The water for tuning in. May Yahweh Shema shall continue to bless you in your houses. Hey, stay prayed up. Listen, again, the earth is defiled, is sick, and is hurting because of the wicked rulers. And again, if these are the people of the Lord in the land of Israel, why is the earth in the worst condition ever, man? Because prophecies say otherwise. These are not the people of the Lord. You so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, you West Indians and Haitians are the chosen peoples of the Lord, man. Repent. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. Shalom. Wa, ba, ba, ba.